Hey there, this is Tim with an Elite Dangerous video, beta 3.03. This is my video of wins from this evening, and there's a few different clips that I found amusing, like that one. Basically just undocking there in a sidewinder and managed to see someone get destroyed right there. I'm now in a Cobra Mark III, and I'm looking to interdict another Cobra Mark III here, who has a combat rating of mostly harmless, and in this version of Elite Dangerous and going forward now, the combat rating actually makes a difference, as does the type of ship that they're actually flying. So they've made a few improvements to the combat all in all, and I'm in a standard Cobra. The only upgrade is actually that I've added 2 more pulse lasers in addition to the 2 that come with the ship. And obviously he has a wanted status, that's why I interdicted him. And we basically there, pretty evenly matched. He managed to take my shields down at the same time as I got his down. And then he managed to get himself a fair amount of distance there. The shields are rebuilding pretty evenly matched as well. And really right now he's winning this battle. His shields are back online, mine are not yet. But because of the distance that he keeps getting on me, I have to do what's called jousting, where we're basically going nose to nose. His shields are down now, mine have just come back up. Trying to boost to get close to this guy, because he keeps boosting away and giving himself distance, which really undermines my combat techniques. I usually need to be really close to targets to do what I do best, which is the lateral movements, the strafing. And it's really at this point that I realise that I'm not going to be able to use 4 pulse lasers with this standard Cobra. I probably need some upgrades to the power to be able to. So I'm going over to the panel here, going to fire groups, and I'm basically turning off the 2 that I purchased. So I basically have a stock Cobra Mark III now.
Target shields online.
That's his shields offline. My shields haven't been taken down in a while now, so I'm pretty effectively winning this battle now. His shields are down, mine aren't. His hull is going down, and I'm starting to feel in control now that I've actually switched the weapons. So I'm just using the 2 pulse lasers.
Target shields online. Target shields offline.
This was of course my first combat in the Cobra Mark III after purchase, and I really haven't used a Cobra since before the premium beta. I think it was literally the alpha the last time I tried one. Something you can see now is that the AI pilots really do switch tactics quite a bit. It's a lot less predictable now than it was in Beta 2. And I do feel, in some ways, it's actually less predictable now than humans, because I think we don't really think outside our comfort zone very much. Like, I am only really used to one style of combat, and if it doesn't work, then I'm probably going to struggle. And another thing that I like in Beta 3 is that they've really increased the traffic around stations. And here you can see there's actually someone who is wanted undocking from this station. And obviously I would really like to, outside the no fire zone obviously, because there's a no fire zone around stations where you're not supposed to shoot at anybody. I would really like to take out this Viper. It would be very difficult because he is in a Viper and he has a competent combat rating. But I'm going to give it a go anyway here.
Landing gear retracted.
Just got to catch up with him now. That's the no fire zone left. And unfortunately he jumped out. But I do like that you can now find a wanted target now right outside a station. And you can effectively be the security force. So here, back in Super Cruise again, looking to interdict a sidewinder. It's a novice pilot in a sidewinder, so it should be a relatively easy kill. It'll be a small bounty too, but that doesn't really bother me too much. But I saw another sidewinder there, but decided to go back to this one. Starting the interdiction process now. Just got to keep him as close to the center of the screen as I can. And there we go, the target submitted. And there he is. Obviously a sidewinder is very maneuverable, so even though he's a novice pilot, he really should be able to outmaneuver me. But I'm going to give him as little chance as possible to do that. It's relatively easy for him to escape my weapons. Just gradually knocking down this hole, but it's pretty difficult really, and maybe not worth the credits that I'm going to get out of this. Excuse me if you can hear me sniffing, I think I have a cold coming on again. It's what happens as soon as you have kids. They're germ factories. still, you know, working hard just to keep this guy in my gun sights. Is not a good pilot, this is too, so I'd be really interested to see an elite or a deadly NPC in a sidewinder. I think that would be really something to kind of take your breath away, and obviously a risk to do combat with that level of sidewinder. There we go, that's him dead, and that took a long time for just a 270 credit bounty. And now here we have a hauler with a wanted status, and he's listed as deadly, but you know, you have to take things in context. You know, how deadly can a hauler actually be? In my opinion, not a lot. So the fact that he's a good pilot doesn't really factor into it for me. I feel like I could beat a hauler in any circumstances, whether I was in a sidewinder or a cobra. So the fact that I'm in a cobra, I'm pretty happy about the odds here. So obviously I'm able to attack from behind here. He's doing a pretty good job of trying to get out of my gun sights, but I don't feel like he's going to be able to.
Frame shift charge detected.
And there you go, it actually just said there's a frame shift, and he's dumping cargo. So he's going to try to run away from me and jump to another system, and I really don't want that to happen. So I boost, and my intention is to ram him. And it worked. I figured that my shields would hold up there, and I was not going to let that guy get away. So here, another sidewinder, and this guy is listed as competent. So like I was saying earlier, a sidewinder can be pretty tricky, and I'm going to try to take this guy on in my cobra, and we'll just see if it's any more difficult than the novice was.
Target shields offline.
Already got his shields down. Already got him down to 30%. I think he's kind of using the wrong tactics here. I think he's going to try to run away. But basically he just didn't get time to do anything at all there. And that's not too bad, you know. A 225 credit bounty for the amount of time I just spent is not that bad really. So here we have an asp, and he's competent. I'm expecting this to be a tough fight, and we'll see what happens here. Whether I'm even able to interdict him is kind of... It's looking pretty evenly matched so far. I'm getting the upper hand right now, but that really wasn't as easy to interdict him as some other targets. Okay, my shields are almost down after that contact, so I'm just going to check out his bounty and see if I think it's worth it. Yes, it is. Okay, just trying to get it so I'm not in front of him here. I don't want to really joust with an asp. But he managed to maneuver so that I was still in front of him. He's already taken my shields down, so I'm already on the back foot here. My hull's down to 94%. My shields are down. His shields are full, and his hull is full. So I'm in trouble. And I realised straight away that he's pretty good at manoeuvring his craft. So I decide to take him head on there. and maybe there'll be some kind of a panic response from my fire that will leave him open to further hits like this. He's still doing a really good job of manoeuvring, and if you watch his engine trails and just basically try to imagine what I'm doing to move around here, you can see how difficult a fight this actually was. I'm constantly using upwards and downwards thrust, using boost, putting the throttle up and down to just basically try to bring him into my gun sights and keep myself out of his. This is a pretty hard fight here. I'm getting a really good long series of hits there. Still getting them. Got his hull down to 44%. His shields are rebuilding now, so he's going to get those back very soon. A bit worried about letting him get too much distance on me, because I think he would be able to attack me like this and take my shields down. Some really close action combat here. I boost to try to get behind him. I felt he was going to get me in his gun sights, and he's managed to do it anyway. But my constant manoeuvring really worked out there. I feel like he's completely on the back foot now, and I'm pretty confident that I'm going to win this battle. Got him down to 15%. Seven, 5, and although his hull is on 0%, he's still firing at me. He's not dead yet. He's still dangerous. He's coming in for a final attack, and he almost managed to take down my shields with a last effort there, but obviously not enough, and a fairly nice bounty for me. And here we have a federal dropship which is new to Beta 3. It's piloted by a novice, and like with a lot of big ships, it's pretty easy to take them out if they're poorly fitted. You know, if they have guns just facing one direction, then you can outmaneuver them. It's really not difficult. Now here I'm behind him. I'm not really sure what kind of fitting he's going to have for his weapons, but I've opened up and going to try to take him out as quickly as possible. Now, obviously he is a dropship, so it probably has a specific function that doesn't really include an awful lot of space combat when it's in the fitting that this guy has. Being a novice pilot, I assume his fitting is a little bit poorer, and his piloting is not too good either.
Target shields online.
But here, as he's facing towards me, you can see he does have a decent amount of weaponry. It's just that it all seems to be facing from the front of the ship, so I now know that if I keep away from the front of his ship, I've got him. You know, there's nothing he's going to be able to do. So that's my target for maneuvering, is to basically keep behind him. It's a pretty quick ship though. He does manage to get a lot of distance, and then when he loops round, there's always a chance that he'll be able to come straight at me, but again, if you watch his trails, you can see how I'm maneuvering to try to stop that happening. and use of boost here to try to get a little bit closer to him, and then obviously some directional thrust in there. And I'm really not giving him much of a chance here, and he's doing a lot of work to try to rebuild the shields and everything, but it's just not going to be enough. And quick boost to get closer. 4%, 3, 2, 1, and he's dead.
Target destroyed.
And that's not a bad bounty. I mean, that's a big ship, but he was a novice pilot, so that's the reason for the bounty not being huge there. If you kill someone with a better combat rating in a ship like that, I would expect the bounty to be a lot higher. And here, this was an unidentified signal,
Scan detected.
and this sidewinder had a wanted status.
Target destroyed.
And managed to knock him out mostly by ramming him, which
Scan
I
detected.
don't know if I really should use that as a tactic, but I freely admit that in a Cobra, yeah, it's a tactic. I obviously try to take their shields down first, and
Under attack.
then yeah, I'll ram you to finish you off, basically. I think it's a viable tactic. This is another sidewinder, novice pilot, so it'll just be a little bit of more, just a few credits. Obviously, he's very maneuverable, but he's still a novice pilot, and I'm expecting to finish him off shortly.
Target shields online. Target shields offline.
Obviously, you can see that there is a security force. One of the police is also firing at him. So I'd really like to finish him off before they do, so that they don't get the bounty.
Warning. Under attack. Target shields online. Scan detected.
It seems like the security ship is kind of looking more at me right now,
Target destroyed.
and that stopped them from killing him, so I managed to get the bounty there. And there he is, that's the security. So what's this over here? It's an eagle. And he has a wanted status too, so he's next. Obviously eagles are very maneuverable,
Target shields
and
offline.
he's already being attacked by
Frameshift
the
charge detected.
security there, and it just notified me of his frame shift drive being charged. So he's probably going to jump out very shortly. Hopefully I can get him before that happens. Yes.
Target destroyed.